Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a prisoner transport bus. Oh, and this thing would look best built in front of a prison. What's that? You don't have a prison? Well, good news for you. All you have to do if you want to build your very own prison, in which it would make sense to have a prisoner transport bus outside of it, check out the card system, check out the description below, and I'll leave you links to my prison tutorial. It's the building that's on the screen directly in front of you. Doesn't that look fantastic? It's great, isn't it? Oh, also, I do realize that this transport bus looks very similar to my school bus, and after doing a lot of research, I've realized that both of the vehicles are disturbingly similar. What they use to transport children to school and what they use to transport prisoners to prison is pretty much the exact same vehicle except is reskinned, so that's pretty much what this is with a couple of added extras. If you want to make the bus, here's what you're going to need. Grab yourself some block of quartz and some stone bricks. Grab yourself some stone brick slabs and some stone brick stairs. Grab some sandstone clay and some black wool. We'll also need a little bit of white carpet. Also, grab yourself some black stained glass paint. Oh, and also we'll need some iron bars. Now, we will actually need some more things a little later on, but for now, we'll have to deal with this. So, once you have each one of these materials right here, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it on the road pretty much directly in front of these prison gates. You're going to want to start off your bus with a black wall on the floor, like this. So, black wall on the floor. We then want to take out our stone brick slabs, and going left of this black wall, we want to do 10 slabs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We then want to do another black wall on the ground. We then want to go to the left of that black wall by 3 with the stone brick slabs. That's 1, 2, 2 and 3. We then want to look back on ourselves at what we've been building, and then going left of this third slab, we want to do 4 stone brick slabs. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We then want to look back on what we've been building again, and going left of this 4th slab, we want to do 2 stone bricks, 1 black wall, then 10 stone brick slabs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we want to do a black wall on the ground. Then 3 more stone brick slabs, that's 1, 2, 3. Then looking back on ourselves, we want to go to the left by 4 with the slabs, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we want to look back on ourselves once again and connect everything together to give you something which should look like this. And this is the base of the bus. Now, once you have the base of the bus, this is what you want to do next. So, you can see this black wool that we have here, this very first one that we placed. Well, on top of this, we want to place a quartz. Now, going left of this quartz block, we want to place a stone brick stair. From this stair, diagonally outwards towards the ground, we want to place another stone brick stair, so we can actually walk up them. Then, going left of this stone brick stair, we can then place a layer of block of quartz, coming all the way towards the back of the bus, like this. But when we get to the back of the bus, we actually want to place a row of 3 cyan stained clay coming across the back of the bus, like this. But then we can place a quartz block on top of every single other stone brick slab that we have for the base of the bus. Except these 2 front corner quartz, we want to knock those out and replace those with black wool. These are going to be headlights and all sorts of other things. And what you can do actually whilst we are here, place white carpet on top of each one of those black walls to give you this. What we now want to do, you know what, since we are on the front of the bus, you want to take each one of these 3 blocks of quartz at the front of the bus, raise them up by 1 row. Then you want to extend them back by 1 row. Then you want to extend them back by a further row with your cyan stained clay. So you want to have this sort of shape right here. What we can then do, ladies and gentlemen, is we can, starting from where we have this layer of cyan stained clay, we want to place a layer of stone bricks going all the way around the base of the bus. So on top of the quartz, on top of the cyan, and in line with the cyan, we want to have a layer of stone bricks. Can you see what I'm talking about? Like this. That's perfect. What we can then do is this. So So on top of this stone brick, which is on top of the quartz, on top of the first wheel that we placed, this black wall, we want to do 2 quartz coming up, like this. Then, coming left, but skipping this empty space obviously, we want to, on top of this stone brick, we want to do 2 quartz coming up. Then, leaving a gap of 2 coming to the left, we want to do a row of 2 quartz coming up. Leaving a gap of 2 coming to the left, we want to do a row of 2 quartz coming up. Leave a gap of 2, do 2 quartz. Gap of 2, do 2 quartz. It'll look like this. Not only do you want this exact same formation on this side of the bus, you want it on the opposite side of the bus. So on the opposite side of the bus, in the same places, like this back corner, we want to come up by 2, then miss 2, place 2, miss 2, place 2, miss 2, place 2, miss 2, place 2, miss 1, place 1. So we want to have this sort of formation. What we can then do is we can place cyan stained clay on top of each one of those quartz blocks. So on top of each one of those quartz blocks, we want to place cyan stained clay. And then we want to connect the 2 front clays together at the front of the bus, connect those together with cyan stained clay. And what you can also do is you can extend this long row of cyan stained clay out in front of the bus by a layer of cyan stained clay. But you want to connect all of the other cyan stained clays together with black wool. So go all the way around the bus, including the back of the bus now. Connect all of those together with black wool. So we want to have something which should look like that. What we can then do is, with our block of quartz, we want to do a layer of block of quartz that goes all the way around the top of the bus. Except, it doesn't want to come all the way around the top per se, it wants to stop here. So you can see where we have this lip of cyan stained clay that pokes out of the front of the bus. It doesn't want to cover that, but it wants to stop 1 block before, like so. And then we can just fill the top of the bus in with our block of quartz. It'll take a second or 2, but, you know, well, what else are you doing? What else are you doing? That's right. So, fill the top of the bus in with block of quartz. We then want to fill the front window of the bus in with black stained glass pane. So fill the front window of the bus in with black stained glass pane like this. We also want to fill the driver's side window in with black stained glass pane like that. We also want to, well, we actually can't fill this in. If you wanted to have this door filled in, you'd have like black stained glass pane, but we don't want the door filled in. You can actually fill like this one in, like at the top, so leaving us just enough room to actually get in the bus. You can fill that in with black stained glass pane. But what you want to do then is just fill all of the other windows in with bars, iron bars. You don't have to use iron bars if you don't want to. If you don't like the aesthetic, you might not. I like them just because it further takes the bus to like a prison transport bus rather than just like a regular weird looking white bus. It shows that, oh, there's bars on the windows, that's for prisoners. It just elevates it to that level a little bit more. But if you want to, use glass instead. What do we have to do next? Well, we have to refine the bus a little bit. We can actually get rid of all of these materials, and we want to grab ourselves some, one of the most important things, item frames. White wool, we'll need orange wool. What else will we need? We'll need a little bit of blue wool. We want some ladders, we want some buttons, we'll need a lever, I don't care how you pronounce it. We'll also need some signs. What else will we need? We need loads of stuff, guys. Oh, and we'll also need a little bit of fence. Grab yourselves some nether brick fence, why not? Okay, so this is what we want to do. Where we have the headlights of the bus, you want to place an item frame on either side, front and side. Place white wool in the front item frame, place orange in the side item frames, like this. Fill the front grille of the bus in with ladders, so these 6 quartz up at the top front of the bus, ladders. You want to, at the bottom of the bus where like the license plate, number plate, fill that in with signs. If you want to, you could fill like the middle sign in with, like, I don't know, like prisoner transport bus, or maybe you want to shorten that so it actually looks like an actual number plate, like prisoner 1 or something like that, if you wanted to. You also want to, right at the top of the bus, at the front, we want to place an item frame on the front, on the front end quartz, and we want to place blue wool inside those, and then we want to place signs right at the we want to place signs like right at the top here, but if you wanted to, you could further state what this actually is. So you could like prisoner transport bus if you wanted to. That's what you, or you can leave them blank, it's kind of up to you. But if you want to kind of like have the license plate and you want to have what this actually is, prisoner transport bus at the top, that's completely up to you. What else do we have to do? Well, we have to put buttons on each one of the 4 sides of the wheels. So these are like the little locking nuts which hold the wheels onto the actual bus itself. That's what those are supposed to represent, makes it look a little bit nicer. Also, the wing mirrors of the bus. So can you see these quartz which are attached to the second layer of the window at the front of the bus? Well, we want to have a nether brick fence poking out the side of them, an item frame poking out the side of that, and we want to have the same thing on the opposite side. We want a nether brick fence and we want an item frame. And what we then want to do is we want to grab ourselves some black wool and we want to grab ourselves some black carpet. In the item frame, you want to place a black wool, and on top of the fence, we want to place a carpet. Those are just like the little wing mirrors. I couldn't find a better way of representing those, to tell you guys the truth. If you wanted to make them a little bit more looky-likey wing mirrors, I guess you'd use either full black wool or you'd use more item frames, but I kind of like them looking a little bit like that. What else can you do if you wanted to? If you wanted to, I haven't done this yet, but you could like layer up just behind the lights with an extra quartz slab, or you know what, you could just place quartz slab on top of the lights. That's probably better than the white carpet. There we go, I actually like that a bit better. Oh, fantastic. So we've made the bus look a little bit better. If you also wanted to shape the bus a little bit more, you could place some quartz slabs going all the way around the top of the bus. If you just wanted to kind of like shape it a little bit more like a bus, you know how buses kind of have like that rounded shape? You might just want to add a layer of quartz on top of the bus, and I have a feeling this will make it look a little bit better. Just a little bit better. If not, it'll make it look a little bit worse. It's going to be one of the two of them. And that just shapes the bus a little bit more. I actually quite like that. It's looking a little bit different, a little bit better than the school bus now. And that's pretty much all of what you can do to the outside of it. So for the inside of the bus here, we're just going to have to give the thing a floor, and we're going to use, oh, why don't we use like polished andesite for the floor? Why not? So in line with the quartz on the outside of the bus, we just want to fill the floor in with polished andesite. Polished andesite's a pretty dull looking material, but it's also kind of smooth and it's kind of nice, so I figured that we'll use this for the floor. Doesn't really matter what you use, however. That just gives us our floor. And now we need some seats, so we'll need some stairs. We'll also need some quartz stairs. Use quartz stairs here, so like as you walk in, and on the far side we want a quartz stairs as you walk in. We'll also need a lever or a lever. Again, I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one's right. I also don't care which one is right. So leave a lever, whatever. We'll also need, why don't we have some grey carpet? So now we want to, 1 block away from the driver's chair, we want to have a stomach stair on either side of the bus. Then we want to leave a gap, stair, leave a gap, stair, so on and so forth until you eventually reach the back of the bus like this. And what you can then do is you can place some dull, dark grey carpet on top of the andesite, which is why it didn't really matter what material we used for the bottom of the bus, but I wanted to use andesite. I was kind of toying with the idea of just leaving that in there. So, oh, we can also use dark grey wool underneath the gear stick, can't we? So where are we? Lever, boom, 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 boom. There we go, perfect. So that's the inside of the bus, very, very easy. And I guess that this is the bus 100% fully complete. This is your prisoner transport bus on the outside of your prison. Doesn't that look fantastic? Doesn't it go together quite well? Shall we get them all in frame? There we go. So let's take off the UI and let's take a look at this thing. So this is a prisoner transport bus. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you've managed to make it, and if you've done both of those things, please give this video a like, a favourite, a share, any or all of them. I'd really appreciate it, I honestly do. Subscribe if you haven't already. Not only do we make vehicles on this channel, but obviously we make prisons, I make castles, I make giant claw machine houses, gumball machines. I do all sorts of kind of weird different things. Trust me, you'll want to check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below, what else do you want to see me make next? I have plenty of things on the agenda to make, so don't worry. There's definitely going to be a lot more builds in the future, especially stuff that you guys want to see. But comment down below, give me some more ideas. I take most of my ideas from the comment section, so let me know. Check out the card system if you want to make my prison/prison exterior. Both of those tutorials exist. I'll also be leaving those down in the description below. And I might also leave you my school tutorial, because odds are if you like the prison, you might also like the school as well. It's not a completely dissimilar build, to tell you guys the truth. So thank you very much for watching. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below, check out some of my other stuff in the card system, description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.